Now here, okay. Django, Django, CRUD. Need to practice Django CRUD operations in views. Correct? Need to practice Django CRUD operations in views. And as soon as I click on this add task, it is going to add the task here in Django CRUD. Correct? Yes or no? Up till here we have done right. And also, if I click on this, it redirects me to that particular page where it displays me that entire task. I can also click on this and come back. Yes, up till here, all of you understood? Okay, good. And I've seen like some of you must have already worked on this. One of you have sent one video. Who is it? Who is that? Who has sent the video of task application to-do list? On the group, someone has sent, right? Who is it? It's at you, Salman. Okay, nice. It's good. Good to see you guys are at least working on it. The rest of them, I don't want to say anything. If I see your projects, that is enough for me. Okay. If you have worked on your, please come on, answer me. We will complete this both the functionalities today. After that, you can work on the this entire project by yourself only. Okay. On this Sunday, at least you can work on entire project. Yes or no? Okay. So edit and delete. If I come back to this, just come back here. If I reload, okay, why it is giving me twice? We might be having any. Okay, I think we have one task without this task. Yeah. Yeah. We have one task without any task and description also. One empty task we have. Okay. We'll see how we can delete this task also. Don't worry. Right? Fine, everyone. Yes or no? So now what I want to do? See, whenever I want to create something, that time I need form, correct? That time I need form, yes or no? Whenever I want to create something, that time I need one form. Now you guys tell me, whenever you click on edit, okay, let's say your Instagram post or on your LinkedIn itself, okay, if you just click on edit, if suppose you have added one project, okay, one project you have added, and that project, let's say you click on edit button, what will happen? It will again load you the same form, right? It is going to load you the same form where you can change, where you can do all those changes. Yes or no? The initially when at the time of creation, the form you get, correct, the same form you are going to get during the time of editing, correct. That time it is going to load you one uh, edit form where the information will be already present, correct. Yes or no? Have you seen that whenever you click on edit, the information is already there. We just change that information. Yes or no? And the same form is rendered. Are you guys getting what I'm doing, what I'm trying to say? I hope you guys can understand that the same form is rendered at the time of editing also. Editing any of the data. Yes or no? Are you understanding? See, Abhishek, whenever you are creating any of the data, let's say you are trying to create the bio for your Instagram app. Let's say you created one new account and you're trying to create the bio for it. Okay, you're trying to create one bio for your account. At that time, what happens? There is one form, correct? There is one form which tells you to add your name, your username, some bio about yourself, bio data. You don't use Instagram also. Oh my god. You don't have Instagram. Instagram bio means your description about yourself which you put. Okay. To get that particular record or the data, yes or no? Correct? How do we get it? How do we get it? Using what? Correct. First, we have to get the data using this get method. Okay. We are going to make use of this get method, and using the ID we can get the particular data. Correct? Using the ID itself, we are going to get the particular data. Yes or no? I hope everybody knows about this, that before we edit any task or before we edit any of the data, we first have to get that data. Correct? Okay, let us do one thing. We are first going to get the data. Okay, I will write one function. So always start writing one function or a view. I'll start writing one view called as, I'll call it edit task. Okay, I'll not call, I will create one view called as edit task. Is everybody following me up till here? Yes or no, guys? Are you guys understanding what I'm trying to do? Guys, this is very simple, okay? Here also, same thing, okay? Understood? It's the same thing, just like this. However, we are getting the data, right? Same thing we have to do here first. First, we have to get the data, okay? What I will do is, I will first get the data and display it, okay? Whenever we click on edit button, it should get the data and display it. How am I going to do that? First, I will take a request, and obviously, whenever we want to get the data, we need ID. Correct? Up till here, understood? Yes or no? Now, next line, you tell me. You, some of you have already written. Correct? Data equal to my task dot objects dot get of ID equal to ID, not ID equal to 1 or something like that. We have to give, we have to pass this ID whichever we are getting from our front end, or whichever we are getting on clicking on that particular task. Yes or no? I got the data now. I hope you guys already know about task details, how to fetch task details and all. Getting fetching one like singular data or individual data, you can call. Here the process is also similar. Okay, I will create one context equal to, I will call it as data colon data, or we will see, just call it here task equal to. Okay, one task we are getting, right? I will here also I will call task equal to. Okay, task, task equal to task, and then I will say return render request comma, what should I display, guys? Tell me. Okay, first for now we will just display what, we will display this task.html itself. Okay, for now we will just display task.html. No, it's okay. Form.html. Form.html. I just want to check whether if I click on edit button, is it rendering me the form or not? Okay, and after that we are passing the context also, correct? We are passing context here. This function what I have written, do you guys have any doubt in this? Are you guys having any doubt in this view which I have written? Do you guys have any doubt? Because it is very much simple. It is just exactly the same as this task details. You only look and tell me. It's exactly the same. So the process will also be same, correct? The process is also going to be same. So I'll go to my urls.py. Here I have what, task and int of id, correct? I will just copy this. I will paste it. Instead of task, I will call it as edit. Okay. And here we have task details, right? I will call it as edit task. And here also edit. Everyone understood how to write this? Does anybody have any query in this in this line which I have written? Does anyone has not understood this what I have written now? See, from now on, you just have to look at it and understand. Okay, there is nothing to explain as such. I hope you can understand. This is your project creation phase. Okay, where you will be creating some projects. So at that time, you don't really have to, rely on me telling you each and every word meaning. All of you can figure it out, because I hope you have done enough practice if you have been. So I created one route for this to call my edit function called as edit slash any id, correct? And it is going to display me. What? Salman, you have already worked on this, no? Okay. So this, okay, guys, listen. So first I will create this view. Okay. We'll create this view. Now what will happen is whenever, see, previously we have done this, correct? We have implemented this URL. Yes or no? We have implemented this URL. The same thing we are going to implement for this also. Okay. Now what happens with this URL? Whenever we click on any name of the task, if I click on any name of this task, what it is giving me? It is taking me to another page and rendering this, correct? Now, similar to that, this edit button should also work the same way. If I click on this edit, it should redirect me to the form directly. Correct? It should directly take me to the form where I can edit all those things. Correct? So first I'm just checking whether if I click on this edit button, whether it is rendering me the form or not. This is my first task. If I click on edit button, whether it is rendering me the form or not, this is my first basic task. Now for that what I will do, I will create one edit button and one anchor tag for it. Okay, so that I can click on it. After I create this anchor tag, okay, now what I will do, as soon as I click on this, I want to render this function. Correct? I want to render this particular function, which is going to take me, which is going to render the form.html file. Correct? It is going to render the form.html file. First, I will just check. I'm not bothered about what ID I am passing, nothing like that. I just want to check whether if I pass this URL, like this, edit slash int colon ID. If I pass this, whether it is displaying me the form or not. This is my first task to check. Okay, let us see. I'll go here. Okay, I'll go here, and here what I'll pass slash edit slash 5. I will pass. Okay, don't have anything with 5. 2, anything with 2 also. 8. Okay, we have a task with ID 8. Okay, we have one task with an ID 8. Correct? So is it displaying me the form now? Is it directly rendering me the form? Yes or no? Anybody having any doubt with this? The thing which you have already done 100 times now. Yes? Anybody having any doubt in this? Like how we are getting form and all? Guys, respond. Okay, fine. And then if you are not interested in responding, then I'll carry on. Okay. So if I pass this edit slash 8, that means 8 is a valid task. Okay. After that, what I'm going to do, it is rendering me one form. Okay. This form.html, it is rendering me. Now what I have to do, I need to see the data of that 8th task. Correct. I need to see the data, yes or no. Here it should already contain the data. I don't want to write that entire thing again. Okay, I don't want to write that entire thing again and submit the task. No, we don't want to do that. I want to see what's the data already present there. Okay, only the existing data I want to change. Now for that, what we are going to do, I will go to my forms, because we are passing some context, right? I'm passing some context to that particular form, correct? And let's say if the ID is 8, then I am passing the 8th task to my form, correct? I am passing the 8th task to my form. Are you guys understanding? Okay, so I'll go to my form.html here. Okay, now do you guys know about something like if I want to already have any default value whenever we render any form, if I want to have any default value for this input, let's say if I go to this page, I want to have some already default value there. How do we do that? How am I going to do that? Correct. We are going to pass one attribute called as value attribute. All of you know what is that value attribute? Basically, value attribute, just fills that particular space with some default, whatever the value you pass. Correct. So here, come to your input tag. Okay. If you come to your input tag, put a space and type something called as value. Value equal to. Okay. Now when you type value equal to, and here we need to give some value. Correct. I need to give some value. Now you tell me for this input tag, what should be the value? What should be the value for this particular input tag? Not text. Like, what is that value it should contain? The task name, right? The name of the task. Whenever I click on edit button, then that particular task's name it should contain here in this field. Correct. Now what I am doing, from my views I am passing some context to my form, right? Yes or no? Which is containing that particular task's data. Correct. So I will use this task here now. Okay, I will come here in this value. And how do we use any data type, guys? I mean, not data type, variable. How do we use any variable in DTL? How do we use any variable in DTL? Correct. By using double curly braces. Correct. And in this double curly braces, I will type task dot name. Okay. In this curly braces, I will type task dot name. Correct. Now let us see. If I go on edit/it, am I getting coffee now by default? Yes or no? I'm getting coffee, right, by default. How am I getting this? Let us track it. Okay. Quickly, we will do it very quickly. We have very less time. We'll do it quickly. So I'm going on edit/it. Correct. So it will come to these URLs. Correct. First it is going to come to that project URL. After that, you all those things okay. First it is coming here. Correct. What we are passing? Edit slash, what we are passing the value for ID here now? 8. Correct. We are passing the value for ID as 8. Now this is going to call our edit underscore task view. It will go to views and it is going to call this particular function. Now here the value of ID is 8. Okay. The value of ID is 8 now. Now what will happen? Here that particular task will get on ID 8. It is going to get that particular task. Now here the task is coffee. Okay. Now this task variable is going to contain one dictionary of, let's say, ID equal to 8, name equal to coffee, and description equal to whatever the description we have given for that coffee task. Correct. Need to take a coffee break, something like that description we have. Yes or no? Are you guys understanding? And after that, we are passing this task into our context. Through our context, we are passing it to form.html. Yes or no? Now, which one is the variable? This task is the variable now, which is containing a dictionary. Correct? Task is a variable now, which is containing one dictionary, which is being passed to our form.html. I'm just randomly passing it. I also don't know. I'm just randomly passing it. Okay. At that particular ID, there is this coffee task. If I pass some other, there will be some other value. Now, if I want, like, Now it is going to render me this form, correct? Now what I want is, at the time when it is rendering this particular form, shh, then what I want to do, I want to render that particular task dot name, like the name of that particular task in this field. And here I want to here I want to display what, the description of that particular task, correct? Now what I will do, guys, if I want to display the description of this particular task, this coffee task here, then the same thing, correct? We are already passing the dictionary of that particular task. So I will come to this input tag here, which I am using for description. Okay. Now I will do what? I will say again here also value equal to, again, this thing, and say task dot description, correct? Understood, everyone? I'll say task dot description here, and then I will come back, and if I reload it, now am I getting the name of that particular task as well as the description of that particular task? Yes or no? Now let me go to another task. Let me go to 10 here. Okay. We have project, correct? If I let me go to 11 here. 11. We have like whatever you want, blah blah blah. Anything. Yes or no? Everybody understood up till here? Yes or no? Everyone understood up till here? Yes? Good. Okay. Very nice. Now what I want to do is, instead of anything else, I will say, hey, this is just for testing. Okay. After this, I want to do just like add a task. Okay. Or edit task, anything you want. Okay. I just say enter. As soon as I enter, is it going to change anything? If I click on this add task, is it changing anything? No, right? It is not changing anything. Correct? It is still the same. If I go to 11, what is happening? Still the same. I want to change this to something sensible. Correct? So that's why I'm doing this, right? That's why we need this edit functionality wherever we have done some mistakes and all. I will say hello world, hello world, and I want to add the task. But if as soon as I add the task, it is reloading this particular page, correct? It is reloading with this particular page, and what is happening, you guys see, it is going back to how it was, correct? Yes or no? Are you guys understanding it? Yes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. So basically, you guys tell me, if I click on this add task, what type of request you think it is going in my backend? What type of request? What's the method of that particular request? Are you sure it is the get method? See, let me see. Let me go to this 11th task. Okay. I will say 11th task. As soon as I hit that 11th task, what type of request I got? What type of request is this? Get request, correct? And where is this request going? Which route is this request going? Edit slash 11, correct? That means it is running my edit task function. Understood up till here? It is running my edit task function, correct? Yes or no? Now, if I try to change something, I'll say something. And if I hit on this add task, then you tell me what type of request it is generating. What type of request it will generate? Let's say, let us see if it is generating post or not. Okay. I'll add task. Okay. As soon as I add task, it is going back to normal. But what request it is generating? post request. On which route? On the same route it is generating, yes or no? On the same route it is generating the post request. That means the post request also is coming into my edit task function. Correct? It is also coming into my edit task function. Yes or no? Are you understanding now? Yes. Are we handling this post request? Are we handling this post request? No, right? We are not yet handling this post request. So we need to handle the post request now. How do we do that? How do we start? But this much you understood that whenever I go to this particular like form, whenever I click on this edit, it should render me this form where I have this information. All of you understood up till here? Yes, all of you understood up till here, right? Okay, good. Now you guys see, if I go back to my home page here, see if I click on these edit buttons, it is not taking me. Why? Tell me. If I'm clicking on this edit button, it is not taking me. Why is it? Because no, because we have not given the URL tag for that. Correct? Our Django template tag URL. We have not passed in our href. Yes or no? For this particular edit function, we didn't give any URL where to go and all. So that we are going to give first. I don't want to type every time here. I don't want to type here and go there because I don't know the IDs of those. Correct? So what I will do, I'll go to this home.html here. Okay. Here I will pass this URL tag. Okay. How do we do that? I will pass URL. Correct. And here we will say what? Edit. Correct. I want to call edit function. For that, what name I have given for its URL? What name I have given? Edit name. Correct. So here, what we need to pass? What else we need to pass? Tell me. ID. Correct. We need to also pass the ID. So I will say task dot ID. Understood? Understood, everyone up till here? Let us see whether it is rendering us this edit page or not. Okay. If I click on edit, I'll just reload it once. I'll click on this edit button. Okay. See, it is taking me to this particular form where I already have the information filled in that particular form. Correct. I'll click on this Django CRUD. Okay. Let's say edit. See, already having Django CRUD and then need to practice Django CRUD presence in views. Correct? Yes or no? Is this up till here our edit functionality working? Still, it is not submitting our data. It is not changing the data, but up till here everything is working fine, right? So now what I will do, see, I'll come back to my views. Obviously, we are getting a post request in this function. Yes, correct. Obviously, we are, listen. Guys, see, whenever I'm submitting the form, okay, whenever I'm clicking on this edit button, it is having already the data, correct? If I change it, okay, if I change it, then one post request is going to get generated and it is going to go where? It is going to go to my edit task function, correct? Already it is going to go to my edit task function, right? Yes or no? So here what I will do, here I will create one logic. We'll say if the request which is coming, the method of that request is double equal to post. This is same as creating the data, right? During creation of data also we check the same condition. Yes or no, guys? We are going to check the same condition. Now you tell me, do I need to get the data again? Yes, I'm already getting the data here. Do I need to get it again? No, right? I don't have to get the data again. Now what I have to do? I just have to assign the values. Correct? I just have to assign the values, like whatever the data I'm getting from my front end, I just have to assign the value. I will say task dot name. Correct? This task which I am getting here, whatever the task I am getting here with this particular ID, I want to change its name to whatever the user has passed. So from where we'll get it? We'll get from request dot post dictionary. Correct? Yes or no? Are you guys understanding this? This is already you have done. Okay. I'm going to get this from request dot post. Correct? And this is a dictionary. And what is that data? Name. We have done it before. See here. T name and T desk. Correct? The name will be in T name. Correct? And again, the next thing what I'm to do, I will say task dot description equal to request dot post of T desk. Yes or no? Now you guys tell me, after changing the data, what we have to do? After changing the data, what we have to do? Here I changed the data, right? Yes or no? I have changed the data here. I hope all of you understood how to change the data and all. Yes? Don't tell me you don't know about this. Now I have to do save. So how am I going to save it? I will say task dot save. Correct? I will say task dot save. Fine. Is this fine or not? I will say task dot save. After that, okay, we'll do one thing. As soon as we change the data, as soon as we submit the data, I want to redirect directly to my home page. How we are going to do that, guys? Tell me. I want to redirect to my home page. Yes, I will say after saving the data, just directly redirect to my home page. What we do here, we pass the alias name. Now you tell me, today how many lines you wrote? How many new lines you wrote? Only 3 lines, correct? 1, 2, 3. Everything you know already. Only these 3 new lines you have written today. Yes. And what else? In your forms only. In your forms, you are just passing this value attribute, so that whenever you click on any of the task, it is displaying you the task. Correct? All of you understood how to use this value attribute. It is just to display the data in the input field. That's it. Or else you can also keep your form like the, you know, from beginning you have to create something like that, some stupid things like that. But this is better, right? We are directly passing the value in the input field where we can see, okay, this is what we have. This is the data that we have. We can change this data. We can change anything from this data. Correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? Hmm. Okay. Everything is perfect here. Yes? Everything is perfect here, right? Shall we go and check whether it is working or not? Okay. We'll come here. We'll go back. I'll just reload it, okay? We'll just say, change this coffee to coffee break, okay? I'll say coffee break. Fine. And I will add task. What happened? It changed the task. It saved that particular task in the database, saved all the changes, and also redirected us to the home page. And are we getting now coffee break? Yes or no? And also there is one more task here, right? Which we don't have anything written, neither the name of the task nor the description of the task. We'll put something for this. See, it is not giving us anything. So I'll say this like empty. We'll give it empty. Say this was empty before. Okay, and I will add the task. Now you see. Now we edited some tasks, correct? I edit this also project 2.0 on Django. Add task. See, all the tasks now we can edit. Understood, everyone? Is that clear? Everyone, is that clear? Yes or no? Okay, good. It's easy, right? Nothing is there. It's just that whatever you have learned, you are just implementing it into the real project. Correct? It's nothing else. These things we have already done in our shell, correct? In the Django shell, we have already done all these things. Now here, just we are implementing it with some other functionalities. That's it. However, we need in our views like that, we are just implementing these functionalities. Nothing big of a rocket science is there in Django. Everything is given to you. Correct? Uh, Understood? Edit functionality. Now, if you guys must have noticed that whenever I try to add some task, it is adding where? At the bottom, correct? It is adding it at the bottom. But what I want is, I want it to, order all these elements to the latest first. Okay? Yeah. I want to just order these elements in the descending order, kind of. It means the latest one which will be the latest one which will be added. Now it is adding at the last, right? It is adding at the bottom. But I want the new tasks to be added on top. Now we are not going to add as such. We are just going to change the direction of, yeah, we are just going to change the direction of displaying them. How am I going to do that? Come to your home function. Okay, just come to your home function, and wherever you are trying to get all these elements, right? You are trying to display all these elements, you are getting all these elements, correct? Now here what you can do is, you will just type dot order underscore by. Okay, we are just going to type dot order by, and then here we are going to pass. If I pass id, that means it is going to be, see, it is ascending order, correct? It is ascending order. If I pass minus id, in a string we have to pass, okay, in a string I have to pass. If I pass minus id, then everything will be reversed. See, it is just like colon colon minus 1. What if you give here slicing? What if you give here slicing colon colon minus 1? What will happen? Same thing. You see? Understood? You can also give slicing here. It's your choice. For this entire list here, for this entire list, you can also give slicing here. Okay? Like slicing as in, you can just reverse that entire list. All means what? It is going to give you a query set basically query set is in the form of a list of objects. So if you just want to change the order of them, you can just give slicing here. Okay, or you can use the inbuilt function or inbuilt method called as order underscore by. Yes, slicing is applicable, don't worry. We can give order by, and we can say minus id. Okay, this is also going to work. And you can also give like colon minus 1. Which one is easy for you, order by or slicing? Which one is easy for you, order by or slicing? Both, right? Nothing much. Both are same only. Just slicing, it takes less efforts because you have been doing it your entire Python course, I guess. Yes, that's why. So it's on you. Okay, now we can, if I add something, see, if I try to add something now, it will be added on top. Okay, basically it is not adding on top, but it is, while displaying, it is displaying me on top. Okay, understood edit functionality, everyone? Yes or no? Did everyone understood edit functionality? Shall I complete delete also now only? It is not going to take much time, only 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, delete is very easy. Oh, you guys have already understood edit, right? You guys have already understood edit functionality. So delete is the most easiest thing. Okay, it have only 3 lines of code. I'll show you. Okay, first what I will do, I will create one delete. I'll say delete underscore task. Okay, do not give the name as delete itself. Okay, do not give the name as delete only, because we have inbuilt functions called as delete. Okay, not keyword, but we have inbuilt functions called as delete. So you better do not give any name called as delete itself. Okay, just give as delete underscore task or anything. I will say request. And here also, if I want to delete anything, obviously I need to get that particular element. Otherwise, what I am deleting? Correct? You don't know what I am deleting, right? So obviously, we'll say request comma id. I will get that particular element first. I will say task equal to my task dot objects dot get of that particular ID element, id equal to id. Now what I will do, guys, I want to delete this particular task here. After getting this, I will directly delete. I will say task dot delete. Done. That's it. I will just say task dot delete. Done. And here what I will do, here I will redirect this from this particular function. I will directly again redirect to my home page itself. Okay, I will redirect it to my home page. How will I do that? We'll say return redirect to my home page. Done. Done up till here. Now what I will do, we need to create URL to run this function. Yes or no, guys? We need URL to run this function. Did everyone understood this delete function? Did everybody understood this delete function? It's the most easiest thing in entire Django, I guess. I feel like that. From entire Django, only this is the most easiest function you can create. Yes or no? Understood, right? Okay, fine. Now what I will do, I will create URL for that. I just have here edit, right? I will say I just copy this, I'll paste it and change this edit to delete. Delete, and then we need this We need to pass ID also. I'll here say delete task, and here I will say delete. Okay. Now this name I have to give to that particular delete button, right? Like as soon as I click on this delete button, it should come here in this particular form, like not form, in that particular view, and it will delete. So where is that button? In my home page. Here I have this delete button, right? Here also I will give the URL tag first and say URL. Which URL to call? Delete URL, correct? And we need to pass the ID which task I want to delete, correct? I'll just reload. Okay, reload. Now you guys see, did everybody understood this? Did everyone understood whatever I have done? After this done, okay, I can't start with a new topic today for half an hour, like, okay. Now let us see. We can edit, correct? Eh, we will edit. Okay, we can edit. We can add a task. We can add tasks also. We can display the tasks as well as if I click on delete, it will delete the tasks also. See, I deleted all my tasks. Correct? I'll create a new task. Coffee. Need to take coffee break. Add the task. Can everyone do this now? Is it easy? CRUD operation in views. Django itself is easy, right? Did all of you understood edit functionality as well as delete functionality? Yes, correct, Swarna. It is going to delete from the table itself, from nowhere else, only from a table itself, right? See, we are getting this data from the table, right? And we are deleting it. Now, whenever we are deleting it, we don't have to type task.save and all, correct? Because delete function itself is directly going to save all the changes. So we don't have to separately type save function and all, okay? But here when we are editing it, we need to do this. I didn't understood, Salman. Okay, you are asking about this, how it is available there. Like if I click on edit button, how it is giving me this task, coffee and description already. Are you asking that? Yes, Salman, are you asking about that? What do you mean by T name, T description? You are saying this, right? मतलब सलमान तुम ये पूछ रहे हो कि यहाँ पे ये नेम और इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन पहले से ही कैसे मतलब दिखा रहा है, करेक्ट? यही पूछ रहे हो ना? फॉर्म में हम हम लोग सेम फॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं जो कैसे दिखा रहा है, मतलब ये सवाल नहीं है, मतलब वैल्यू का कुछ सवाल नहीं है ना? ओके, मतलब देखो, यहाँ पे जो नेम है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने जो नेम एट्रीब्यूट पास किया है उसके लिए ऑलरेडी टी नेम और टी डिस्क्रिप्शन हमने हमने डाल रखा है। और हमने नया फॉर्म नहीं बनाया है, जो पुराना वाला फॉर्म है जो हम लोग क्रिएट करने के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं फॉर्म फॉर्म वही फॉर्म मैंने अभी एडिट फंक्शनैलिटी के लिए भी यूज किया है। समझ में आ रहा है? मतलब पूरा का पूरा फॉर्म कैसे यूज किया वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। ये कह रहे हो क्या तुम? ओके सलमान, डू वन थिंग। अच्छा ओके। अच्छा देखो सलमान, देख यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया है कि देख, जब मैं एडिट फंक्शनैलिटी पे जाता हूँ, ठीक है, तब मैं यहाँ पे रेंडर क्या करता हूँ, एडिट के लिए कुछ मैंने नया फॉर्म, नया HTML पेज वगैरह ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया है, ठीक है। बस जो एक HTML पेज जो बनाया था मैंने, फॉर्म